Hey Yetta, are we in the zone?
Let's call planning and see.
Moving forward with the Dekker Team. Moving forward together with the Dekker Team.
We are honored to have come alongside you for over 30 years and over 3,117 times helping you sell, buy, and invest in real estate. The great news is it's been fun. It's been building your faith, your finances, and even strengthening and healing and flourishing inside relationship. So here's the question I have for you. Discovery. Is this kind of like the Discovery Channel this time? Because we're going to discover how zoning and or maybe zoning changes can make you rich or poor, frustrated or elated.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Well, first of all, if you want to look at wealth building opportunities, many people have built a lot of wealth by understanding the official plan. The official plan is a city document that basically outlines where they believe they want the growth of the city, the population growth, how much of the population growth they're expecting, where they want it to grow, what type of infrastructure is going to be needed, sewers and water mains and roads and transit and light rail and all the different things. And then they'll decide, oh, we're going to put schools here, we're going to put buses here, we're going to put a bus station here, we're going to put over here, we're going to allow commercial. So like you're going to have like the Home Depots and all that kind of stuff, right? That's important to know. When you're buying for a residential purpose, you want to know whether you're backing onto one of those major things.
Right, because we've heard way too many stories where even in new construction, and this was a realtor, this particular story that just came flying through my mind, and she was not from our area, and she called and said, Yetta, can you help me? I've been referred to you by another realtor in our office. Can you help me sell my property that I purchased in Ottawa? I bought it pre-construction, and now in my backyard is a shopping plaza. And I didn't know. And of course, that was already known knowledge when she built, even though the building wasn't there yet. The knowledge was already on file at the municipality, but unfortunately, she skimmed the document and they actually slightly moved the location of things in the plaza so that parking and the building were like right behind her home. And unfortunately that devalued her property, but she didn't get to pay less for it. And she wasn't protected because it was already established before she ever bought. So just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't already exist in someone's imagination and doesn't mean it isn't going to be a fait accompli just down the road.
Yeah. And then if I'm a commercial retailer, for instance, I want to know where the next big clump of residential homes are they building, because those people are going to want pizza and they're going to want dry cleaning, they're going to want, services, they want massages, they want physio, they want all these different things, dental. So I want to know where the next big build is so that I can move my commercial in the right area. So it's very, very lucrative to get in early, knowing where to put your commercial business.
Right. And if you want some clarity about this stuff, this is time for a consult. If you're thinking, I do want to take advantage, if I can, make the best out of my zoning, I don't really even understand what you're talking about. Never mind what my options are. Give us a call and we can head you in the right direction and guide you as to where to go gather more information.
Yeah, beautiful. And sometimes zoning changes right underneath your nose. Now,
that's why we said it could make you poor, right?
Yeah. What I mean by that is you could have a residential zoning. The city decides, oh, that's going to be Main Street commercial now, and we're going to switch your zoning to DR. And DR stands for Development Reserve. And what it does is it really restricts future use. It doesn't restrict the existing use. So if you're living in a 3-bedroom bungalow on this piece of land, great. But if you decide, hey, my family's grown and I want to build an extension off the back and put another master bedroom and a family room, and now it's going to be a 4-bedroom with a main floor family room, the city will say, no, we're not giving you a building permit because it's development reserve. We're reserving that land for future development. And what you want doesn't fit into our plan, our official 25-year plan.
Right. And we've seen that.
Yeah. And it's frustrating for the homeowner. Very frustrating when the zoning's changed to a poorer zoning for your particular purpose. Now, we had it at one of our properties, and we had an exception for a real estate office in the building. It was a residential zoning. The city decided, well, that was silly because all these really are Main Street commercial along there on either side. So they changed it. So that was to our benefit, because for us to change the zoning on a property can be like a year process and costs thousands and thousands of dollars, maybe $25,000, $30,000 to change the zoning on the property. And that's why we had the variance. A variance is a lot less expensive, and it just says, okay, for this one use in this
you just
one area.
flipped from zoning to variance super fast.
Okay, so a
that
variance
was
is
too much for most people.
Okay, so a variance means you're not changing the overall zoning. You're getting an exception to the rule for your particular use on that particular piece of property.
Right. So that has nothing to do with the zoning change that happened on Main Street.
No.
Right. It sounded like we were talking
well,
the
it kind
same
of did
gig.
because we were able to have an office there because we had a variance to the residential zoning
already.
Right. Then the city did us a favor and changed it to commercial zoning without us asking for it or paying for it.
Right. And the reason we were actually even able to buy that piece of property, because it was already had a conditional offer on it when we went to buy it, decade and a half earlier, 2 decades ago now, I guess, because those people wanted to put a medical office in. They needed a zoning change. They were going for zoning change, and it took too long, and they weren't assured they would or wouldn't get it. So when we came with our offer, we had opportunity because of the time it took to get a zoning.
Yeah, exactly.
Or would have. And maybe they would have got it, maybe they wouldn't have.
Yeah. And so the official plan is important to get to know, because it sometimes changes the size of the lot requirements so that you could do a severance maybe and get 2 lots out of your big wide lot. It also could mean you can increase the density. You know, rather than just having a single family home on there, maybe it can be a duplex or a triplex or a fourplex. And then look around where transit's going. Because what the city does is wherever they put like a bus terminal, like a big terminal, or a train station, those areas, they will increase the population density, the number of units per lot significantly, and there could be some big money in there.
Unless it's in your backyard. So you just want answers. That's really the bottom line. And so you really want to call us. This is one of those times. Don't fool around. Just pick up the phone and we will support you on your journey.
Yeah. And we're honored that you've joined us on Life's Inside Track, because when we move forward together, we got this.
Moving forward with the Dekker Team. Moving forward together with the Dekker Team.